Welcome back, haters. The boys are back with another episode of You Hate to See It, where we talk about all the things you love and hate to see. I'm
Yes,
KP,
sir.
and as always, I'm here with the Magic Man, Mikey Dimes.
Mikey Dimes here for you people.
I'm here with the Master of Hate, D Wild.
Hey, man, Chief Resident Hater. Ready to go today.
And Archmaester Alex can't be here with us today for, I don't know why, I'm not going to make nothing up. But we got a very special episode today. We're going to talk about the spiciest episode of House of the Dragon thus far. In my opinion, the best episodes thus far. Episode 4, The King of the Narrow Sea. But first, if you have not seen House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 4,
They get the Juicy J, bruh.
eat it, nerds.
Man, we are 4 episodes in. These people seen it. Let's get this shit cracking.
Let's get this shit bracking. All right, so let's just go ahead and dive right into it, man. You know, let's get to the meat of the episode.
All right. Hey, yo. All right. That shit is classless. That's a distasteful joke.
All right. So Damon comes back, you know, after Rhaenyra in her little world tour trying to find a man. You know,
world tour, your girls tour, man.
She's not playing ball, man. You know, like they got all these dudes lined up. And she's just not fucking with any of it, you know.
I mean, what you expect? She's a dragon, man. She can't be fucking with these little lordlings.
I mean, yeah, but damn, dog, like you gotta give niggas a chance, man. That old man could have, you know, he wouldn't have beat on her or nothing. He would have just, bro.
First of all, how dare he think he can come and ask for Rhaenyra's hand? Like, she should have had him killed just for even stepping into the damn court. That's so disrespectful.
That's Lord Dondarrion, man.
Lord Dondarrion at age fucking 75. Nigga needed some wine to clear his throat while he was talking, man. Bro.
So a cool thing about this scene, like when she starts her world tour, I think this is the first time we actually. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but this is the first time we're in Storm's End. Major, you know, Lords of the Stormlands. We've never seen. I don't think we've seen any of the Stormlands, or we've seen a little bit of the Stormlands, but we haven't seen at least their castle ever. So that was kind of cool. Cool nod. We finally get to join them.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you peep that it was actually like storming outside?
Yeah, like you could hear like the storms raging in the background, kind of like that could have been a giveaway, but Stormlands
details.
All that because it's legit always fucking storming. So
I saw the leaves in the hallway, and I was like, "This dirty ass." I was like, "What's up with this dusty ass castle they in too, man? Come on."
It kind of reminded me of like the courtyard for the Vale, like just kind of how open it was.
Minus the hole in the middle.
Right.
And, minus the moon door.
Yeah, minus the 1,000,000-foot drop to the bottom of a mountain. And also, I think the who was it? The Baratheon that was kind of helping Rhaenyra.
Bormund Baratheon, Rhaenys' cousin.
Yeah, okay. As I say, I believe that's Alicent's. Is it son? I don't know. I know he's half Targaryen, I believe.
He's related to Rhaenys Targaryen because Rhaenys' mother was Baratheon.
That's
right? That's why, because this is a callback to him from the first from episode 1 in the tourney when they were like he asked for the hand of the queen who never was, and she's like, "Good luck, cousin." And
true.
So this is a callback to that guy. So that's who we're talking about there, Bormund Baratheon.
You think these kids in Westeros be running around like, I got Targaryen cousins?
Hell yeah!
You know, like people be like I'm part Nation.
Not part Native American.
I completely.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I guess
Capping, bro.
hey, you proud of your culture, be proud of your culture. But I think it's a little different saying, yeah, I'm related to like people who are essentially gods in this world.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some clout, right? You get some clout for getting having some Valyrian blood in you.
If you a little extra blonde, shit, you could get away with it. Fuck. But all right, let's get straight to it, man. So Damon comes back. He does a little flyby on the ship, and he comes back to the throne room. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, Damon back, Damon back." You know, Viserys, getting everything ready. He's sitting on his throne. He's got Blackfire, which he's basically using as a cane at this point. Which, whatever. And Damon comes through with the crab feeder hammer and his new King of the Narrow Sea crown. People's like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? And he bends the knee. So what were y'all expecting in this scene? Did y'all expect anything different?
I'll let you go, Dante.
Yeah, I expected a bit of a power play. I don't know. I thought there would just be a bit more contention there. I didn't expect him to just like bow down so easily. Right? I thought he was gonna brag a little bit more than what he already did and be like, "Hey, I was whooping niggas ass in the stepstone. We ain't need your help, bro. Did that shit on the strength, you know, on the strength." And I thought it was just gonna be a little more braggadocious. Try to hype himself up and kind of rest in his glory a little more. But I think what he ultimately ended up doing, right, with bending the knee, and the long play that he did was even more like conniving and just it was grimy, right? I didn't think he was gonna be grimy like that. I thought he was just gonna be like braggadocious, just coming back trying to get some more clout, like hey, I'm him type
So
shit.
like I kind of already knew that Damon was gonna because I kind of know the story, but I knew like this part like he was gonna come in, he laid the crown at his brother's feet, and they walked out like hand in hand essentially. So, um, but I think it kind of highlights Damon's character because like just kind of how it was filmed. I looked at it as I mean he clearly again he shows that he loves his brother. Like he doesn't want to like go behind his back. And I go behind his back, but he doesn't want to like have to harm his brother. He wants to show love, all that. But also, I felt like it could be seen as a ploy to kind of undermine him, kind of show him up. Like I just did all this. I fought a war. I did all this with none of your help. People know who I am, and it's kind of just kind of thrown to rub it in his face a little bit. That's the way I kind of took it as because he could have done that. He could have bragged. He could have done all this in front of all the lords and ladies of Westeros, but he chose to essentially be the bigger man. And I think that's why it comes back into play a little bit later. But we're going to talk about that.
Let's get into it now. So Dante, you alluded to Damon having other plans, when he comes back to King's Landing. So we see they have a little backyard cookout, and they talking. The wine's flowing, the vibes are right, and Damon and Rhaenyra
Big
get a
V
little.
is sleazed, man. He stays saucy, bro. Big V stays saucy, man.
Hey, man, he's a king during peacetime. All he do is Drake, man. He's blessed.
Like, yeah, so Damon and Rhaenyra get a little one on one. And like, look, the sparks are flying, man. Whether you want to admit it or not, Dante, man, the sparks are flying. So he invites her out for a little night on the town, a little camouflage night on the town, and we know how that goes. So Dante, I want to specifically hear from you. How are you feeling during this whole scene with Rhaenyra and Damon? Just the whole experience, man. Because I know you was
Yeah,
sick.
man. Yeah, man. Look, man.
Validate points.
I've been strongly against this uncle and niece relationship. Like I thought because at first it seems kind of like cool. Like, hey, Rhaenyra's never been out in the streets, So I thought he was just being cool and like showing her out. He was like, bro, let's like you're saying life is like ass. Like, let me show you that life is actually fun. Like, you can actually do what you want. So he takes her out. She gets to see the festival, And then I thought he was trying to have like a really good teaching moment when they're at the play. He's like taking her to like listen to that and all the dissenting voices about her rule and everything. And she's like, boo, boo. And he's like, no, you need to listen. Like, if you want to rule over these people, like you need to understand how they think and all that. And I was like, oh, that shit's like a good teaching moment. And he's like showing her what it is to kind of experience that and whatnot. And then, it quickly falls into the sex club episodes, like scenes of the episode, and I'm like, oh god, bro. I was like, I thought this nigga was just like, I was like, oh god. At first, I was like, all right, maybe he's just gonna like, still me trying to like fight against it. I'm like, hey, maybe he's just gonna like let her fuck, like let her get a nigga or like somebody else, like let her just fuck a random, like hey, like you're rich, you can buy hoes, like sex is fun, like type deal. I was really hoping, like I was like, hey, you can like they was scoping it out together, and all that shit. I thought I was really fighting like up until the moment where they kissed. I was fighting the fact that them niggas was about to get down and dirty.
You didn't like it.
And then no, I didn't like that shit. And she's really going for it. She like reached and lunged in when they making out and shit. I was like, damn, that's some super horny shit right there. I was like, god damn, she was going for it. Good thing that they had Blue Chew back then, or Deamon he might have sealed the deal. Goddamn. But I was really just, I mean, I've been fighting against it. I was unsettled. I guess it happens. I'm glad that like nothing actually happened. It didn't go past kissing, but I really thought, it started off, where you could have seen a good intention, but quickly fell down into Deamon trying to like make her look less than and make her actually look bad to like the lords and the ladies of.
What do you think, KP?
You know what? I knew this was coming, man. I knew this was coming. And I was scared because I was like, man, I don't know if the people are gonna fuck with this, man. I was like, man, if we could just make it past this, then the sky is the limit for this show. But
we gotta look up the viewers. No, we gotta look up the viewer numbers. No kizzy.
hey, they went up.
Hey, the bitches did love this shit. I can't even hold you, bro. I can't believe they love a love triangle.
Hey man, they really did, because I was like, dang, because like in the books, it's a bit more like, it's not just like one night on the town. Like Damon's like continued, like her and Deamon are like flying out to random islands in the Blackwater Bay, and he's like teaching her how to like fuck so she can impress Kristen Cole. So I was like, oh shit, man, like if he just like, if we get a montage of them just like if Deamon like teaching her like sex stuff, then this shit might get ugly. But we didn't get that. So, George, you a sick nigga, but you a genius, man.
It's a montage in the book. That nigga's a nasty nigga, bro. So it is kind of like it's kind of like unintentional.
I mean, you can honestly say like Deamon has been like grooming this girl since she was little, but I think like again they are Targaryen, so I have to look at it with a slightly different lens than I would like naturally look at this situation. But like I kind of feel the vibe, sure. What you were saying, KP. I feel like I'm not too sure if his intentions are to try to embarrass her, to be honest. I felt like his intentions were to show her a time on town, show her that like, you're a fucking dragon. You can do as you please, not as other people wish. Like if you want to have pleasure, you can have pleasure. If you want to do this, you can do this. And it's kind of like a teaching moment. And then it's like, I think that they both have feelings for each other. Cause you could tell like when this episode first started, like even in the garden, like they were pretty intense. There's like some real vibes going on right there. So I think when we get to the brothel scene, like obviously he's hammered. He probably had an idea like, all right, this is probably, we're probably going to fuck right here. It gets to the point again where he could be a slime ball. He really could be a slime. Like Deamon is an asshole, but we haven't really seen him do like I mean, other than like just slaughtering people. And, yeah, like, we ain't seen him do the worst from what we've seen characters in Game of Thrones do. Like, so that's like you have to like again. We're 4 episodes in and we're still having this conversation. Like, what's up with Deamon? Do we fuck with him? Do we not fuck with him?
Yeah.
I think
Say,
I think
no,
that
yeah,
was
I was
because of
about to,
circumstance.
no, but like this is what's so great about this story is that all the characters like you like people, but they're all like pieces of shit. There's not like that one true north that everybody's gonna root for. You know
No,
what I'm
Ned
saying?
Stark.
Like
No
in,
Ned
in Game
Stark.
of Thrones, it was like everybody like Arya. You know, like everybody like Oberyn. You know what I'm saying? Like we like yeah, fan favorites like Gendry. You know, like nobody
Mm.
rooting for Gendry downfall. But in this episode, literally, Damon goes from, oh, it's Dame time, let's go. And now this nigga's like the creepy uncle in the next episode. Rhaenyra goes from the realms to light, and now she's like being an asshole to people, like to little kids that's trying to propose, doing his duty. And she's like, man, get this fuck nigga out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like all the characters are just like kind of great characters, and I fuck with that a lot. So,
Yeah, I like I said, from obviously it is creepy again, but I'm trying to look at it from a different lens. But I feel like if Damon was going to be a slime ball and slime his family out, he would have done it. I mean, even the time could tell,
yeah.
but but like he has multiple times to fuck his brother over, fuck Rhaenyra over, like just like say fuck his house, and it's just he's always been down for the dragon. So
Yeah, I mean he's definitely conflicted about it, but he's like not all the way conflicted, or he wouldn't have done that shit. Like it's he's conflicted to a point, right? So it's
well,
like
that's why I
that.
think he asked for a hand in marriage, is because like I think he was fucked up and hungover, but he was like I think again I called it like since episode one it would be a good match. I mean, Lanor is a better match, obviously, but
Yeah,
well, uh, yeah,
that look,
but
man, Damon and Rhaenyra, not a good match. Like that, that's just not a good match. All that like Rhaenyra ain't checking shit with Damon.
They're just
Damon
gonna
is
enable each other.
yeah, they're literally just gonna be each other's like worst. Bring out the worst in each other. Like I don't think they're. It's just that's just a setup to be toxic relationship. Also, not to mention
you
the
act like
fact
there's
that
a lot of
that nigga
healthy.
already has a
Oh,
kid or already has a wife.
you're already acting like there's a lot of healthy relationships in Game of Thrones.
I mean, but I'm saying this one would be extremely toxic if we're talking about toxic,
No,
bro.
brother, Going Dukes is toxic.
All right. Well, look, we can. I think one really good narrative choice in this episode that we can talk through and maybe mention on another potentially toxic relationship is how they juxtaposed Alicent doing her duty, quote unquote, doing her duty as queen, and just servicing Viserys's needs with Rhaenyra getting to enjoy a night on the town and kind of be liberated and free as a woman in the show. What did y'all think of? Because
Hey
that's
man,
also going on as the same time as like Rhaenyra's out and enjoying shit and in the sex club with Daemon. We see Alicent fucking shaking and coddling a crying baby, and then trying to go to sleep and get some fucking sleep, and then called to the king's chambers and like, it's late, and he's like, nigga. Then she's like, bitch, no.
the seeds for Allison's turn started this episode.
Yeah,
I could see it
Allison.
from say what?
Oh, I was just gonna say Allison is in hell. Like she's
Oh,
in hell. She's so miserable right now, man. It's bad. I feel so bad for her. It all starts when she's like, "Hey, y'all want to go look at these new tapestries?" And Viserys just like,
Dun dun
"What?
dun dun.
what? Hey yo, she want to look
Hey,
at tapestry.
hey, show.
Hey,
She
yo,
want to
this
look at
bitch
you.
the
No.
tapestries."
What's that line that Rhaenyra said to her is like, I don't want to be just made to pop out airs, and she like,
Stuck in a
oh
castle.
sorry, yeah, it's like stuck in the castle, and she was like, my bad. You could tell she took that a certain way. She was like,
Yeah,
man,
she was like, "Bitch, you just reduced my life into being a baby factory, bro. Like, come on." Like that shit. That shit stung. She had to hug her after that. Like there was really no like. She was like, "Oh yeah, shit, I fucked up. I didn't realize who I was talking to." Like Rhaenyra. See, that's the thing. Like Rhaenyra really is sometimes like it comes out that she's kind of a spoiled, entitled brat. Like The fact that she complains about her position a lot, but sometimes you got to be like, look at who you complaining to, though. Like, you complaining, like Allison said, she was like, most of the time women don't have the option between two suitors, let alone two scores. Like, we set up this whole tour for you, and you just canceled that shit and said, fuck it, and you get to travel and all this shit. Allison was told to go fucking bed the king as soon as his wife died.
Oh, Allison jealous as fuck right now. You could tell she just straight up not having a good time. Like I said, the seeds were planted in this episode. I could see her turning, and like you said, Dante, like the juxtaposition of Rhaenyra living, doing what she wants, being free in the city. At the same time, Allison stuck being a mom, being a wife, being a queen in Westerosi culture, which is ass. So it's like you could tell that. That's what I think the director wanted to do is to show the duality between these two and the split that's obviously going to come.
And Viserys stroke game weak. You hate to see it.
Man, got scars all over his body, man. That's just nasty. I really felt bad for her.
I'm surprised his shit's still functioning at that point. Nigga, half his arm looked like it's about to fall off. That nigga, hey, bro. Hey, the death watch on Viserys ticking up, boy. He can't make it out next week, man. I'm just saying. There is no way he makes it out next week, bruh. Pack watch. Viserys pack watch, man.
I think the next episode is supposed to be the last episode with the younger actors.
It is. So kind of spoiler, but not really. But next episode is supposed to be the last episode with the younger actors. So I'm really gonna miss Millie Alcock and I'm gonna miss Emily Carey. Like they have done a great job at portraying those two women. And
Rhaenyra, Millie Alcock is her strictly because of Rhaenyra.
Yeah, so that we are going to miss them because they did a great. They have done a great job, and I'm excited to see them in the next episode. But I think another thing we need to touch on in this is before we kind of fully get through that is another director's choice. And we've been complimenting the director. So the director is Claire Kilner. She's the first woman director that they've had with Thrones, I think, and she's going to do this. She did this episode 104. I think she's slated for 105 and the infamous episode 9 of this one.
She's the first woman director on House of the Dragon, but Thrones had a few different.
Thrones had a few. Okay. So first woman director on House of the Dragon. So she'll be back for 2 more episodes. So we'll see her for episode 5 and episode 9. If you watch the inside of the episode, it kind of says which one she directs at the end of that. But I think Rhaenyra as she, finishes her night in the sex club with Daemon, and she kind of comes back to the castle after being rejected by Daemon and feeling kind of exposed. She ends up, coupling with Big CC, man. What did we think? What did we think about this, and how do we think this impacts their relationship moving forward?
Hey,
we all know what you mean. No, I can't really say anything about this right now because I just want. You go, KP.
Look, this was something that was up for debate in the book, because in the book we don't know if Rhaenyra and Kristen Cole fuck or not. We just know that something happened between her and Daemon got sent away, and it impacted Rhaenyra and Kristen Cole's relationship. That's all we know. That's all I'm gonna say. But the fact that they fucked, it's confirmed that they fucked, just makes everything just so much sweeter. Everything. All right. So we talked about how this is the last episode with the kids, right? Look, man. Episode 5. Look, it's about to start, man. This shit's about to go down. That's all I'm gonna say, man. This shit is about to motherfucking go down. The kids were great and all, but when the adults get here, that's when the shit start popping off. So, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, Kristen Cole, man.
I mean, I kind of all right. So here's how I feel it. Here's what I want us to dive into, bro. So one, it takes like 30 minutes to get that armor off. There are no quickies in Westeros. There are no quickies in Westeros. Then when they're over there unlacing their shoes, I was like, God damn, you laced that shit up to your knee. I was like,
it took like 15 minutes to get the armor off, and then you got to get all the cotton, all the other stuff. It was like 45 minutes. You get ran up on, like you definitely getting caught.
That's why they vows, nigga. Like, you don't want to take all that shit off anyway. You might as well swear off.
Bruh, it's like you got to be really committed. So I don't think they just happened upon that. Like, and we saw inklings of their relationship like growing and maturing out in the Godswood in the previous episode. You know, when they're at the campfire spending the day together, and he's like joking about like, I'll kill him if he's got you so upset or whatever, you know. But I also think there is a power dynamic that has to be addressed here, right? So like Rhaenyra comes, and while there is mutual interest between both parties, can Kristen Cole really say no? Because like, look, he's breaking his vows by doing this. It's an offense that can quite literally get him killed, but all it takes is for her to say that he tried to do it and he can get killed. So, like, if she was like, hey, nah, you're going to do this or I'm going to get you killed, like, I think there's some clear power dynamics there, because you see some hesitation. And, like, when she's being playful and kind of stealing his helmet, he's like, what are you doing? And then he, like, freezes up as she, like, leans in to kiss him and is taking off his little forearm pads or whatever that shit is. Like, I think there's some clear power dynamics. Like, was Kristen Cole sexually assaulted?
No.
There's a power dynamic. Yeah, look, there's a power dynamic there, but at the end of the day, he chose booty over duty.
You are hell, my
booty over duty.
You are hell, bro.
And look, he had a choice, bro. Look, at the end of the day, Kristen Cole, bro, you got a fucking sword, bro. You can walk out, bro. You can walk out the room and do your job, bro. And nobody gonna say shit.
You can also smash and walk out the room.
Yeah, exactly. You can also get them draws.
Hey, I mean, I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying that nigga didn't really have. I don't think it was as clear or as easy of a choice.
Do you think Jon Snow does it?
No, that nigga was afraid of pussy. That nigga was consistently afraid of pussy. Like, it's like that nigga was a virgin and Egret was making, like, nigga was a virgin and joined the fucking wall, bruh. Joined the Night's Watch, bruh.
His vows too.
Virgin,
hey, John
bro.
doing
Like,
that shit, bro.
Yeah, he doing it.
Fuck John. John's a goody two shoes. That nigga Kristen Cole is so, like, Kristen Cole gets bitches. I'm not trying to hold Kristen Cole out here or anything like that. Jon Snow was afraid of pussy. Like, it was Kristen Cole got bitches.
We gonna act like this nigga John. They say, "Hey, Danny, sail with me to sail with me to White Harbor instead of flying your dragon." That nigga knew what the fuck was going on, man.
Hey, John has got more eyes on screen than Kristen Cole has. That's all I'm saying. John
got two bitches. Like, let's be real here. That nigga CC was running through pussy. No, Kristen Cole lived on the border of Dorne, man. I know that nigga was running through pussy. Half Dornish, half Stormland.
John really only like 18 when the show is over, bro. Supposedly.
No, he's not 18 because Danny's like 16.
That nigga's legit a kid, bro.
Danny's like 16 when the show starts. He's like 17, 18 he's like they're around the same age when the show starts. And they go from baby dragons to full grown to like close to full grown dragons. You know, so it's like it. You know, sometime the nigga's in his mid-20s by the show end. Yes, yes. Arya goes from a literal like 12-year-old to be fucking Gendry in the last season. Like there's a significant character growth
I
in this
guess.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like let's think about it. Come on.
Jon Snow fucking Rhaenyra. He's gonna forsake his vow just like he did his Night Watch vow.
Whatever. Hey, Brett, that's besides the point. I just wanted to touch on that. Like maybe it wasn't as like romantic as everybody's making it out to. You know, the
No,
love
that's pretty romantic.
triangle.
Smiling.
I love
Look, I watched Jamie Lannister fuck his own sister. Look, man, this nigga didn't give a fuck about his vows, man. So why the fuck?
Hey, he raped his sister over their son's dead corpse. Like that, you know. I mean, that's crazy. But what I'm saying is, like, so the way that sex scene is portrayed, and so many other sex scenes are portrayed, compared to how the director did this sex scene, like very passionate. You're seeing it, and even in the sex club, you're seeing both of those things kind of through Rhaenyra's perspective. You're kind of looking at her faces, or they're shooting it like kind of over her shoulder, so you can see kind of the direction that she's looking in and all that stuff. They make it very intimate and connecting. And I say just bravo to that. Best sex scene that they've done. Having women in the room definitely made that much more like tasteful and like really got the emotional responses that you wanted to get in that for sure. That was something I definitely want to feel. I just think this is going to have a lasting impact on Christian Cole and Rhaenyra's relationship, because even when he walks in the next day, like, all right, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he might just become a forever side piece, you know. But he did seem a little awkward when he walked in right after the next morning, and Allison had like beckoned Rhaenyra, and she was like smiling and happy as fuck to see that nigga, and he was just like kind of froze, you know. Y'all didn't catch that? Y'all saw that? Like the niggas, I don't think he's afraid of pussy, like, you know.
Hey, look, man. Next episode gonna be crazy.
Right.
That's literally all I can say, man.
All right, we won't. So the book readers on here, don't spoil me, man. We won't say anything else. But I think that the next major thing that we need to discuss is Viserys' health, man. That nigga is down horrendous right now, and ain't shit helping him. He's sauced off the wine at all times. All of his advisors are fucking him over. This nigga Otto comes to him in the dark of night to let him know that his daughter's out here fucking her uncle. And he's like, what? He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this information, Otto? He was like, first thing in the morning, you had to come and deliver me this news, man. He was like, nah, just say it matter of fact. Like this nigga Viserys is just getting, you know, his health is deteriorating. He can't trust anybody around him. Everybody's like kind of threatening his power, man. How do we feel about Viserys in this episode? Banishing Daemon, ultimately firing Otto, and then commanding that Rhaenyra and Laenor have a match. Like, what do you feel about the decisions that Viserys made and how he handled everything in this episode that was thrown at him?
Go ahead, Mike.
I mean, this is probably the most kingly we've seen Viserys ever. I mean, he finally stepped up. He said, all right, Rhaenyra, I've given you a chance to do your thing. That's off the table. You're going to marry this dude. He banished Daemon, which he should have after finding out, you know, him and his daughter were getting on. And then also, this is like, I don't know how many episodes overdue, but he finally got Otto out the paint. Like, although like he's more alone than he's ever been, these are like the best decisions he's probably made for his crown. So I respect his decisions. They're not easy decisions, you know, but you know they say the head is heavy who wears the crown, or however that saying goes. So I mean, it's tough for him, but he's finally done being the people pleaser. I think he's like, all right, I see what's happening around me. Maybe he'll finally make some right decisions.
Who we thinking for the new hand?
I would say Daemon, but
no, fuck no, fuck that. I mean, if you really want to fuck with, hey, this is how he get Big Corliss back in the fold. Be like, hey, Corliss, that could really be an alliance, like a smart
Corliss's
move.
hand, the marriage pact. That would
Marriage
definitely
back in hand. That's one way to mend like all
appease
the
anything,
broken.
any slights he's had. That would definitely help.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
but,
think
hey, we
that would
know
be
how
smart.
bad we know how bad Corliss, wants his people in the mix, though. So you think Viserys, he would go for such a self-interested person like that?
Keep your enemies close, man. Keep your
After
enemies
Otto,
close.
though,
After Otto,
Corliss
I
would just
mean,
be.
Yeah, he's got to pick someone. I could see him picking Corliss. I mean, he's already made a couple mistakes by choosing pleasure over duty. So, like, if you want to keep the two strongest houses together, keep your dynasty strong, it wouldn't make sense to appease this High Lord.
And what about
I
my
mean,
nigga Lionel? Though, man? He's not fucking with Lionel.
Lionel's cool, man. He's giving great advice. That nigga has been objective, but that nigga not as rich as Corliss. He don't got dragons and he don't got a fleet.
Corliss
You know, like I'm just,
dragons, man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Corliss got dragons and a fleet and he's rich as shit. Check, and check. Like, and he's Valyrian. Like, nigga,
burned down castle, man.
yeah,
Hey, that's
literally, he rules Harrenhal. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I don't know if people are realizing. Like the Sea Snake is like he's a legit adversary right now. You know what I'm saying? He's marrying Elena to the Sea Lord of Bravos, which that's the two greatest fleets in the world right there.
yep.
They got 3 dragons. Spoiler alert: Lena is a dragon rider. Rhaenys is a dragon rider. Lenore is a dragon rider. I mean, hey,
we know they have at least 2, and they hinted at the third one when Lena asked about Vagar in episode 2.
yeah,
So
Team Valarion can really get busy, man, if they really wanted to.
Yeah, they low key could take over the world if he does make Corliss the hand, and then Rhaenyra is suited or slotted as being the next ruler. His son ends up being king, and his daughter's married to the Sea Lord of Bravos. He has 4 dragons and the best. That'd be crazy.
like that, yeah.
If Corliss had the vision for real, he married his daughter to a Dothraki cow.
Yeah, I would.
To a Kalasar, nigga. Hey, land, air, sea, nigga need the.
Hey, bring Dothraki over. He really fucks some people up.
Facts. If you get the Dothraki on that fleet, bro, you can't see the Dothraki in open. I was like in open field, right? That's what they said, bro. Them niggas fuck people up.
Corliss had the vision, man. He should have had the vision.
No,
He doubling down on his strength. Like, I think that's a smart move. But I mean, if Viserys is really about making alliances, like, I think that would be a really good one to make, because it's like I don't think a marriage is enough for my saying. You know, from the kind of slights that Corliss has felt over the years and years, I think he wants a position of power for himself, as well as wants, as well as wanting, his children to be empowered. So I think, making him hand and marrying to Laenor. And by the way, big team Laenor. Laenor, winner of the episode, wasn't even in it. Nigga gets a bitch that also rides a dragon. He gets the Realm's Delight, the most sought after chick didn't even have to go on tour. She came to him. Look, and it's not, and why y'all want to say like, oh, Laenor is still related to her? It's like 2 cousins removed. Like, y'all was talking about like literally her uncle. Like, this is at least
being related, Dante. That's not an issue for us.
There's at least 2 cousins removed, is what I'm saying. That, for if y'all want to call me a hypocrite for being mad about the uncle, there's at least some separation there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, y'all can't look alike. That's weird.
Y'all can't.
But yeah, okay. Laenor is in a good position right now, and we haven't really. Next episode, I think we're gonna get a lot more Laenor and Rhaenyra.
Courtship,
courtship type shit. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I mean, if you watch the preview, we know next episode is a royal wedding. And if Thrones has told us anything, if Thrones has taught us anything, If Thrones has taught us anything, shit goes down on weddings. Red wedding, purple wedding. We got those were
We got the
3
black
episodes apart. And he's at the black wedding. Hell no! I think he's gonna be electric sliding in there. Hell no.
Cupid shuffle.
Nah.
They have to be in there dancing now. That shit finna be lit.
I think, but I mean, weddings are anything but uneventful in the Thrones verse. So I think it'll be very interesting. But before we kind of check off and look at next week, I want to give a shout out to some of the smaller characters. And KP, I want you to kind of touch on Massaria, we just found out, I guess, is the White Worm.
Yeah. So Massaria, as we kind of see, has kind of worked her way up in the world since we last saw her. She's become sort of like a Varys type character. She doesn't have like the title Master of Whispers, but she's become like a trusted source of the Hand of the King, a paid source, which is kind of a big deal. And she told Daemon pay for the room on your way out. So I guess she's like a property owner now too, which is okay. Let's go. She is a self-made woman. But her nickname is she has 2 nicknames in the book. One is the White Worm, the other is Lady Misery. So you don't want to fuck with her. And it was interesting, kind of seeing her ascend to this role, because it makes you wonder like how long she's been been a snitch for Otto. Could that have gone back to episode 1 with the Air for a Day comment? I don't know.
That is when shit started clicking for me. Like that episode 1, I was like, hold up, okay, she's the White Worm. She was feeding Otto information. Did she actually set up Daemon? Like she knew Daemon is impulsive and all this shit, and she was the one who walked over and said, "Hey, this is a celebration. That nigga is visibly sad." She's like, "Nah, celebrate. Like you're back to being heir, unchallenged, all that shit." And then he gives like the worst speech of all time, and starts the chasm between him and his brother and whatnot. So I think I think that shows like how powerful of a player that she could potentially be, because she's got influence over Daemon.
I thought it was hilarious. Like as soon as Rhaenyra came out of that brothel and I saw the kid run, I'm like, well, I already know he's gonna snitch.
Facts. We're just conditioned. We're conditioned to look for little kids now because of Varys from fucking. I mean, I do be spying for little kids in the background, bruh.
Hey, only a little kid around in a dark alley. Like, what's he doing there? Except spying.
I think that's great, and I'm glad to see her like kind of transition out of just being like, at first when she was introduced, I thought, oh, like this is like the new like Shay kind of role.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought she was gonna kind of be like, fuck Shay, facts, fuck Shay. She did my nigga Tyrion dirty.
That her accent wasn't as bad in this one.
Yeah, she was definitely faking. She was definitely faking that shit.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was like, so when we meet her at first, she's supposed to be like legit, like a brand new foreign. Like Daemon legit just brought her over, and so that's why her accent was like so crazy. And now that she's kind of learning the ropes, her accent has like kind of gone away a little bit. And I think that after the time jump, she's just gonna talk like regular, how she be talking. Because like she's British, like the actress is British, so it's like she talks like normal, but that accent in the first episode was rough, boy.
Yeah, I think it was all like a ploy. Like, right, we see it with the sex workers throughout Game of Thrones. Like they need like a gimmick, or they need something to like differentiate them and make them more like valuable, quote unquote. And now I think she mentioned, she's like, I'm done with the skin trade. It got me as far as it could have. I've got higher endeavors, and I've got different focuses now. And I think she's kind of like, quote unquote, assimilating into like that higher society, and so she has thrown off the accent that she once had in order to be able to navigate the new spaces that she is working in.
She's definitely a spider before the spider. I feel like worm spider. Like she's definitely gonna work her way up, fight her way to get in the same position Varys was in. So
Yeah, and love to see that. So I think all right. So before we sign off here, boys, who do we got as the winner of the episode? Spoiler, I already said it was Laynor for me. Who y'all got as winners of the episode?
I, I'd probably say the winner overall would probably be Rhaenyra. Question is though, do you guys think she took that Plan B at the end of the episode?
That's important though, because like if she take
No,
it,
she didn't take that
she take
shit.
it, then it proves that that she
fucked
lost
someone.
her Maidenhead, yeah. And if she don't take it, then
I was like, I mean, that nigga CC didn't pull out. It didn't look like it. So I was like, they was real up close and personal. She about to have a brown haired baby, and they about to be like, the fuck.
I
So
gather pretty much if you have sex in Game of Thrones, you're pretty much going to get pregnant, right?
most of the time, I thought that was I thought that was another good dad and good kingly move by Viserys, right? To send her that Plan T. And look, we know we all been there before where you got to buy the Plan B pill and go ahead and be like, look, we not ready for this. It's just crazy that Rhaenyra at 18, she is now 18 in this episode, by the way, is getting sent Plan T from her dad, but Alicent at 18 is like taking care of 2 children.
Mm.
And having to bed the king. But Rhaenyra is too young for sex and too young for a kid, but Alicent's got 2 kids at the same time.
Well, all right, here's something important that you forgot to touch on. But so Alicent confronts Rhaenyra about the whole Daemon thing, right?
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra just like flat out just tells a lie to her face, like straight to.
She didn't lie.
She did lie.
She said Daemon did not touch me. I put it on my mother's grave.
Yeah. All right. I think I took that as like Daemon didn't put his penis inside me, which he did not. Which he did not. That they just kissed a little, bruh.
She didn't have sex. She said he didn't lay a finger on me.
They just kissed a little. That's just a little, exaggeration to drive the truth home. She didn't do shit with Daemon, though. Is essentially the point she was trying to get across, which is true. She didn't do shit but kiss that nigga, which is she did not fuck that nigga. Is all I'm saying. She did fuck. She did not say she did not fuck.
She grabbed some meat.
She grabbed some meat and shit. So, I mean, that would still count as Daemon didn't touch her. She touched him. So all I'm saying is that she was not necessarily wrong.
A lot of fucked up things happened this episode, but Rhaenyra lying on her mother's grave might be the most fucked up.
Hey, and that is Mike's winner of the episode right there.
Hey, Rhaenyra had experience. I'll tell you why. Rhaenyra had experience freedom. She lost her virginity. She probably found love. I mean, shit. Like she's the one that has the most doves. She's getting married, but either way, she's still the heir. She got Otto out the paint. I mean,
no, she won the episode for sure, but we got to see some of her true colors this episode.
Oh yeah, well. She definitely a liar. I was like, man, all right, I can't trust you now. So you definitely gonna lie if you like, man.
No, because like in Game of Thrones, like the characters that we love, like even though some of them might do shitty things, like they don't be lying, bro. Cersei be lying, Littlefinger be lying, the Hound don't lie, Brienne don't lie, Tyrion don't lie,
Daenerys don't lie.
Come on, so Jon Snow don't lie, Daenerys don't lie, that's kind of like the thing I was saying earlier, like how these characters we're supposed to be rooting for, they be doing fucked up shit. Like Rhaenyra is like she's kind of like a villain, but she's the protagonist, or is she? I don't know.
Hey man,
Daemon never said he didn't fuck Rhaenyra when he had a chance.
I mean, Daemon was lying. Daemon was lying. That nigga is a known liar. Like that nigga was lying, bro. He was definitely lying.
But what is lying about having sex with the next queen? What good does that do him?
Makes her less available to other lords. Like Corlys. Like you think Corlys would be happy to find out that Rhaenyra has fucked Daemon? Like I think Corliss would be upset enough to actually call off a wedding if he found out that shit. Like that could potentially fuck up some shit. Y'all don't think Corliss is proud, man, and he's sick of the bullshit with the Targaryens. If he finds out that they have some shit on the side,
that hurts his house more. That doesn't help. That doesn't help him at all.
I think Corliss's house is super solid, bro. We just said they got 3 dragons and 2 navies, bro.
I said Daemon doesn't help. That doesn't help Daemon's cause for lying about it.
Oh, if he agreed to that match, it did. If he agreed to that marriage proposal, it would have. But I mean, he obviously did not. It would have helped him though, because it makes her less desirable to other lords. You know, and like Viserys said to Rhaenyra, she's like, nothing happened with Daemon, and he's like, that doesn't matter. It just matters what people believe, right? Perception is reality. So whatever people think is the truth is what ends up being
that. Yeah, but the thing is, that doesn't apply to Targaryens.
It doesn't apply to Targaryen men, which Viserys lays out very clearly for her ass.
That's the only reason. That's because Viserys allows it.
Yeah, I mean, well, because Rhaenyra goes like, if I was a boy, I could have had 6 bastards and fucked all the bitches in the pleasure house, and this would be no problem. And he's like, yes, that's true, but you're not. And I was like, damn, like he's finally like just admitting, like, you know, I thought it was like, cool, Rhaenyra called him on his bullshit, but also he's like, so it doesn't matter. You're doing some shit that's not allowed for women.
I have a problem with that. Is I can see where that can come from, but that's if the house is marrying up. The Targaryens are never marrying up. So you don't want to be in alliance with my house. All right, I got a million other lords who wants to be, and we're still the strongest. I mean,
I still think Valerian, but the Valerians are the closest.
It would only matter
that the Targaryens have to
the dragon riders. That's the only reason. Anyone else in Westeros, why will that matter?
I mean,
so you're gonna say how strong is it gonna take Rhaenyra just because she's not a virgin?
I mean, no, I think other houses will do it. I'm saying it would only really matter to the Valerians because they're the closest thing that the Targaryens have to peers. They're still like the Targaryens are still the kings and they still have more dragons, but I think the Valerians are the closest thing that they have to like true peers, true formidable adversaries, you know?
Hey, not being a virgin is a big deal though, you know what I'm saying? Like Jaehaerys banned one of his daughters because she was out here sucking and fucking the whole city and shit. He just like straight up said, "All right, you have to go to Essos." Like I'm not.
You have to go to Essos. Damn, he sent her ass to the Far East. God,
no, Jaehaerys was banishing his daughters. Like, they was wilding. And then like the whole reason
Lionel Strong did say his daughters did ruin Jaehaerys. So yeah,
the whole reason that Cersei doesn't even like Marjorie, is because she doesn't think that she's like really a virgin. Because whenever they
Marjorie,
no, like literally is because in the book, Cersei's like, oh, I know that girl not a virgin, man, because she be drinking moon tea, and I just drinking moon tea. You know what I'm saying? So
Cersei, who cares? You have a fucking 2 bastards with your brother. Shut the fuck up.
3, Cersei.
3, like who is she to talk? I say all these.
Hey man, Cersei is the queen of double standards, man. I'm just saying, but it is a big deal to not be a virgin in this world, which is crazy because I mean, I think for us personally, not being a virgin is a requirement. Like I knew plenty of niggas in college and now would be like
war.
Robert did go to war
because his wife wasn't a virgin. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That nigga burnt that shit down because he took his girl, bro. So, like, I mean, that is true. Like, virginity is very important for a lady in this world, and like that, so that's something that's really needed in here. But yeah, it's just crazy because I would never want to marry a virgin. Y'all niggas trying to marry virgin. I know niggas was actively avoiding. If you found a chick in college that was a virgin, you was like, nope, not me. I was like, not me, man.
No comment, man.
All right, niggas not trying to get caught up by their girls, man. They can't use the past against us, kings.
Jesus, this man.
This man
All
really
right,
wild.
man. So let's get into some predictions, man. All right. So Dante, man, what you think is gonna happen in episode 5? It's a wedding
All right.
episode, man.
It's
So
a
we know
it is a
Spark.
we- it is a wedding episode. I'm calling Viserys getting. I'm calling Viserys dying. I said by episode 5. So Viserys is somehow gonna die, and I don't think.
Predicting
And
that shit, nigga.
you said what?
You've been predicting that shit for 4 weeks.
Hey man, I've been predict. Okay, I'm gonna add on to the prediction. That still counts. I said episode 5, and then I'm all like, while I want, like, I've been rooting for Laenor and Rhaenyra. I'm team Laenor. I don't think that shit's gonna happen. Like, the wedding is not gonna be actually enacted. Like, I think either they're gonna call it off, they're gonna break up, niggas gonna get killed. Like, I just don't think the wedding is actually between Laenor and Rhaenyra is going to end up going on, and like them actually end up married.
That's good. That's a strong prediction. That's a strong prediction.
Yeah.
Mike, what you got?
I think that the wedding is gonna happen. I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see like some stuff in the beginning, like them kind of courting each other, them like trying to fall in love with each other, like seeing it work, and like I think there might be like a little like duo dragon. I can see them doing like a duo dragon ride at some point, something like that. Like I said, it is a wedding, so someone has to die, right?
in Game of Thrones, there's no blood, no bloodless weddings.
I can see the king dying this episode, or it ends with him dying, and because at the end, because we saw in the previews that Otto was like, "You got to get the king to name Aegon heir." So I feel like there's gonna be something going on with the king maybe dying at the end, and that's when shit starts to break. Maybe. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to tell, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I really got. To be honest, I really don't know what could possibly happen in the next episode. I'm pretty geek.
Mm-hmm. All right, my prediction is, and this doesn't even happen in the books. Like the wedding, yeah, I'm not even gonna. Okay, so my prediction is that the rumors, the Daemon allegations are gonna start spreading. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna find out, but I think Otto is gonna spread that shit because he's
It's like
fired now.
his last
Yeah, you
hurrah.
might as well.
On his walk out of the building, he's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." Like, they gonna be
yeah, I think
petty.
Otto's gonna spill some tea, man, and it's gonna it's gonna cause some waves.
All
I can
right.
see that.
Otto just stirring the pot as his last hurrah. I can see it, man. That nigga is a petty nigga.
I mean, shit. He probably want to kill
Welcome.
Balon the Bridge.
Yeah, he literally killed Viserys' dad. Like, Viserys was like, "Look, man, you somehow got this job 5 days after my dad was lined up for it." I was like, "My worst day ended up being your best day." Like, come on, shit. Like, shit wasn't. I'm glad he put two and two
Kinda
together.
funny,
He was
huh?
like, "You, Alicent was a calculated distraction, like a distraction I needed." But now that I look at it, it was very calculated. Like, Otto is a grimy nigga, bruh.
Grimy, man! I can't wait for next week, man. Hey, Sundays is back, man. Sundays is
Sundays
motherfucking
is
back.
back.
All right, take us
So
away.
yeah, let's go. Good job. You said what?
So take us away.
Oh, I'm gonna take him away. Haters, thank you once again for listening to another episode of You Hate to See It. As you can tell, we are loving the show so far, and we're super excited about episode 5. Like I said earlier, you might miss these young actresses, but the party don't start till the grown folks walk in. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Hey.
So get
Yeah.
hyped because this shit's about to take off. But until next time, until next week, tap in on social media, follow Man Gossip. What's the Twitter, Dante?
Man Gossip
Is it
underscore
Man Gossip
underscore
1?
man. It's like Man Gossip 1.
Just look up Man Gossip, man. It ain't too
I
many
mean, it
accounts.
should pop up. Man, gossip. I don't know it off the top of my head. I think this is something that we should probably have better pipe down.
Yeah.
We apologize for our
Probably.
viewers.
So, hey, go fuck with us on YouTube. You can just type in Man Gossip on YouTube.
Just
You
look
don't
for that
need
on
none of that.
YouTube. That shit'll pop up. Yeah.
Go tap in with I Drink and I Write Things, which is my little post episode breakdowns I drop every Monday. Go tap in with 93 and Beyond, our sponsor, our apparel sponsor.
Yes, sir.
What I missed. And don't tap in with the Falcons, man. Them boys, sorry.
Hey, fuck you. Hey, man, I'm a Braves fan today. Just do him.
Hey. Nasty. But until next week, haters, I'm KP.
Mikey Dimes.
You
We'll see y'all next week.